I was a warden at Lucasville in 1995 when we moved death row to Mansfield. During my time period from 1977 to 2010, I witnessed 33 executions in this state and one in the state of Texas. So I have been there and understand the death penalty. A lot of people have said to me, well, why has your stance about the death penalty changed? Well, I was a government employee. I was appointed by the governor of the state of Ohio, appointed once by Robert Taft, appointed a second time by Governor Strickland. And I was asked about my stance on the death penalty basically after every execution. And my stance was simply this, that it was the law of this state and my responsibility was to carry out the law of the state. I've since retired, so I don't have to be politically correct. I don't have to tell people things to make them feel good because I'm not running for any office. I don't plan to run for any office, and my stance has changed because of a couple different things. One, you heard a lot from Tim, fairness of the system. Whether or not you're on death row shouldn't be based on what county you come from, how much money you had, your economic status, or your race. We probably live in the greatest country in the world, no doubt. We probably have the greatest criminal justice system in the world, no doubt, but it does make mistakes. I've seen the effect on staff who conduct executions, probably the hardest job in this state. They're a fine group of staff from the Southern High Correctional Facility who volunteered to do one of the toughest jobs there is. And believe me, it does change people. I've seen them sweat trying to get in injection sites. I've seen them worry about going to court. I've seen them worry about whether or not people would know who they were because of what they were afraid that people may do to them or to their families. So I've seen that effect. But the one thing that I always ask, all 33 times I went there, did the system get it right? And everybody says, well, Mr. Collins, this guy's had 27 judges look at this case, and you know what? Those 27 judges didn't care about anything other than was the I's dotted and the T's crossed. Was the procedures granted? They didn't care whether there was new evidence, whether the person was guilty, not guilty. They didn't care about any of that. They cared about whether the process was carried out. I don't know for a fact that anybody that I ever witnessed be executed was not guilty, but statistical data would probably say that there's a good probability of that, of the 33 that I've seen in this state and the one I've seen in the state of Texas. In closing, I believe that Ohio should do away with the death sentence. It would have no harmful effect on this state for us not to have a death penalty. In fact, it would probably be considered progressive in most cases. We have life without parole, a punishment already frequently used and is more than sufficient